Blessed afternoon, collective. Oh, how is it going? How are you feeling in this energy right now? We are in between that full moon in Aquarius, which is flowing open, wide open, especially because we're in between that and the Lionsgate portal, which is just more of this wide open, deep, but swiftly moving. It's an undercurrent kind of energy. And I feel it. I am witnessing the effects of it around me, on myself, on people that I interact with, people that I encounter. It is fascinating to observe and to experience and to feel. And I am going to do a general reading tomorrow, I think, because today I want to be selfish. I mean, I'm always selfish. I'm really, really obscenely selfish, and it's the best. But today in particular, I would like to pull on incoming energy towards me, which means, by extension, if you resonate with this, and I intend that this does stretch out a little further, incoming energy towards divine feminine in general. In particular, anyone who is resonating at this frequency, who is attracting this information, attracting this channel. If this shit showed up on your page and you clicked on it, there's something here for you. I can promise you that. What it is, you'll have to find out. You'll have to be guided by your own intuition for that. But I want to pull on what's incoming to myself specifically, because I got something interesting last night sitting at the bar during open mic, pulling an energy check-in for myself, as I do, starting with the check-in for my own energy and then moving into incoming. I got something that intrigued me. The runner showed up in the incoming energy towards me. I triple checked it. I asked several times, is this what it looks like? And it was more than one thing. See, that was the extra piece, was there was more than one energy showing up. But it was that was in there, and I'm just curious today to pull another reading and see what comes out. Has that changed at all? Was that just a little blip that happened to be the dominant trend at that moment? I don't know. But I would like to just pull with a different deck. Didn't use this deck yesterday. I did use the witches, which I'm going to be clarifying with. But yeah, just pulling on incoming energy towards myself. I mean, Queen of Cups is at the bottom. It's a lot of love. What's underneath that? Jesus Christ, the King of Cups. I mean, that's counterpart. That's, how the fuck did that happen? That's counterpart energy. And it is someone who has been holding back, now opening up, giving the full cup in some capacity. Fucking shitting me right now. Yes, okay. So the Emperor came out in my reading last night. I should just maybe mention. It started as the King of Wands, which is what made me laugh. But twice in pulling through that energy, the Emperor came out. And here it is again. So we have counterpart energy that is masculine in nature, that is taking control, not of suppressing the emotions, but delivering the emotions, expressing the emotions, speaking them clearly, concisely. What's underneath that? Yeah, Knight of Swords, coming out with it. I mean, coming forward. And just for funsies, underneath that is the Devil, because there's an obsession here. There's a need to do this. There is a push. There is an urgency. It's built up. It's been there too long. In some form or another, it's just, yeah, it's got to come out. It's got to come to balance. There's the feeling of where it made sense to suppress this. Now it makes sense to express this. And yeah, it's got to come out. Chariot, card of the soulmate cycle, the moon underneath. It's it is, I am asking for incoming energy, but this is the general sort of trend, the feeling of what is driving that energy. It is coming in swiftly with a message, and there under the moon is the Ace of Cups, I mean the Hermit, the Nine of Cups. Jesus Christ, it's a soul connection of some kind that wants to come forward. I don't know how else to express it. So let's just pull on this. I'm gonna ask why. Just generally, why? Why am I here? Why am I pulling on this? Other than wanting to know, what is it? Other than being curious about it, what is it? Just why? Cards feel squishy today. I'm not sure why. Okay. And the King of Cups just fell out with the Nine of Pentacles, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, it's liberation of emotion. It is an expression of withheld emotion. It wants to come out. It's breaking loose because something is breaking free. This was a piece of what I got, 9 Pentacles, that something had broken. In fact, 10 Wands was in there too last night. In close proximity. It was a break free. Something has broken. Something has come loose. And now wants to express, wants to speak out, speak up. Let's cut the cards. It should back up generally the pre-shuffle. 6 of Pentacles, that was in there too. Maybe I should just mention all of the cards that I got last night. There was also a 3 of Cups, the Fool figured prominently, and the Sun. I think there was a 4 of Wands in there. You know what, doesn't matter. Did I say 6 of Cups? I don't even know now. 6 of Pentacles. Freudian slip, if it's there. Yeah, wants to give to this now. Now sees the value of giving, wants to give to this. I don't know, I'm not specifying if this is a runner or not. It is just, it's the incoming energy. If the Burger King comes out, then we'll see. But yeah, something that wants to give now, that is ready to give, that sees the sense in giving. There's something that's been removed already. Cards are flipping. The Page of Pentacles came out last night too. Yeah, that there's something that's been released, something that's been understood. There's a new understanding, a new comprehension here. What's fueling that? Justice. There's a drive for this. It's communication. It is strongly aspected as communication. It's a determined communication. What's underneath that justice? Look at that. The Queen of Pentacles. It's this fawn determined to get some nourishment, to come in to this because this feels good. I'm determined to find mama. I mean, in little deer talk, it's just, yeah, some sort of comprehension, understanding that this is where it's at. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, here's what's already fallen out. What's jumped? That Ace of Cups with the Moon already, and I am keeping those together. It's a long withheld. It's a hidden Ace of Cups. It's a lot of hidden emotion that has been tucked away, kept away, but it's coming to the surface. It can be someone who plays their cards a little bit close to the vest type of thing, but it's coming out. Like, there is an urgency in this, in expressing it. Yeah, King of Pentacles. We have the whole Pentacle family here, minus the Knight. there is a little bit of that sort of counterpart energy as well. I mean, with the Queen right here, sees the value, has learned the value of this, has learned the specialness of this. I am very drawn to the rainbows on both of these cards at the moment. It stands out. It's sparkling, it's shining, it's ooh, want to go towards that. It's the understanding that you can't get the milk from anywhere other than the mama deer. It's special milk. It's one of a kind. You know, and this doesn't come around every day. There's something about this. There's something about Queen of Pentacles that just stands out. What else is there? Yeah, there's that wanting to rectify this, holding in the emotions has been really painful. It's caused a lot of sadness. I get remorse specifically. I don't know. That's just the word that comes out. Remorse. For keeping this in, for holding this in, for not expressing it, knowing how much this is wanted and not expressing it. It feels pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, the horse is tired of pretending, tired of hiding, tired of drinking the dirty water, tired of holding this cup in. It turns toxic when you do that. Tired of that. Learning that the satisfaction comes in expressing it. Whatever happens, whether or not it's accepted, it wants to be expressed. That's how we alleviate this. There's the Knight of Pentacles. Now we have the whole Pentacle family here. Interestingly, another horse. I don't know why that stands out to me for some reason. It's time for this to move. Yeah, it's time for the disappointment in not speaking or not sharing to get a move on. It's time to get in the water. It's time to express the emotions. Tired of holding this back. Tired. Again, more tired energy. Tired of holding this back. Yeah, time to get a move on. Because not has been disappointing. There is a disappointment in just looking at this, knowing there's the feeling, knowing we want to do this and not doing it. It's time to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to communicate, to express. This is, I mean, kicking this Knight of Pentacles into gear and saying, get a move on, get your ass in the water. What's underneath that? Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. Again, there's a little bit of fear about how will this be received. Will it be received with a welcome? Will it be cut? Kind of cut, yeah, exactly. How will it be received? Are we going to get pushed out in the cold? Either way, it's time. That fear has sort of kept this in hiatus, in hibernation, but the remorse, this just unhappiness with not expressing, with not just finding out, with letting the fear of what might happen stop us from finding out what could, what will. This is very interesting. Okay, this is incoming. I am asking specifically for incoming. And I can't stop dropping the cards, so clarifying the Ace of Cups and the Moon. First of all, the card that jumps out is this Two of Pentacles, which I did see last night in this deck. In this position, clarifying this same position, at least, of just debating this, going round and round. It's time to stop. It's time to go. It's time to choose one and just stick with it and see what happens. Yeah, there's Queen of Wands at the base, holding back a lot of attraction, keeping it in, keeping it hidden because of the fear of how it might be received. There's the King of Pentacles again. Wanting to appear like we got it all together. Not really wanting to be vulnerable and express this, but there's a lot of desire here. Yeah, and it's just building up. There's so much tension. This 10 of Wands again. It has to break. And why is the deck is splitting? On an 8 of Swords, we've thought and thought and thought through this in this energy. Just round and round and round. Looked at it from every angle. It's time to go. It's time to make a decision, because the realization is these just switched places. The realization is we're leaving ourselves out in the cold. Yeah, it might be a no. We might get rejected, but if we don't ask, we're leaving ourselves out altogether. We don't even give it a chance. We don't have a chance for it to be yes if we don't ask. That is true. If you don't at least ask somebody, then you don't give them a chance to say yes. You leave yourself out. And really, when you ask, you find out it wasn't about what they said anyway. It was about that you followed the impulse, that you followed the flow of your energy, that you expressed it freely. What's wrong with this 2 of Pentacles? Yeah, it's that you expressed it. It's time to make the choice to express, to share the cup. So what if we're maybe afraid of sharing too much, of oversharing, of losing some sort of high ground, being perceived as not having it together because we're emotionally expressing? Faith, trust, emotional vulnerability is the most attractive thing. You have your shit together if you can openly express your emotions. That's how I feel. What was that rap that I wrote a while ago? There ain't nothing that could be sexier to me than a willingness to express your vulnerability. Yeah, emotional availability. Just spill. Lay it on me. That kind of thing. I mean, it's driving somebody a little nutty. Or at least they really are not feeling good about it. The incoming energy wants to share. Wants to make this decision to share. And it feels kind of like more than one energy. I'm going to pull on this King of Pentacles here. There's one or two. I was going to say there's a dominant one, but there are two that are kind of blending together. Tell me about this King of Pentacles that is learning. There's nothing like a soul connection of some kind. I mean, there are lots of different kinds of soul connections, and by no means do you have to be in a romantic relationship with someone you have a soul connection with. That's definitely not the case. They make excellent friends. Please just, be friends, but also some of us are just here to teach each other lessons, and they're brief connections. But if there are deep emotions here that are being held back, those want to come out. They want to express, and there's a realization that we feel something here that we don't feel other places. There's a depth to this that is different. It's nuanced. It's unusual. It's special. There's just something here. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Okay. I got this card clarifying this position last night too. Strength. Yeah, there's passion here and fear. Definitely, with all the stuff that's been held back, you don't hold it back because you want to. You hold it back because you're afraid of letting it loose. But it wants to come loose. It wants to break out. There's the 6 of Pentacles again. Yeah, and the sun that just sort of cracked itself out here. The sun, it's peeking out. It's coming out. There's this realization of it would feel so good to just let it out. To let it free. To, stop lying about it. To stop pretending we got it all together. We don't need nothing. I did get that a little bit also from that Queen of Pentacles, was on the flip side of them being like, no, I don't need anything. I don't need to do anything. I'm good, right? Wanting to appear stable. But this deception is not satisfying anymore. Yeah, it's not, there's a realization that we're lying to ourselves, and that a lie of omission, of not telling somebody how you feel, excuse me, Nat, when you have this level of feeling for them, and you have this desire to tell them, and then not telling them, pretending, acting the other way, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. A lie of omission is still a lie, and that's what it feels like. It feels like lying. It feels like somebody's, not being totally honest, and then the result is this guilt, is this remorse of, it doesn't feel good to pretend, to not be upfront. I have no idea what this is. This is just what's coming out. Okay, tell me about the guilt. I just bumped the cards the tiniest bit, and justice popped out again. Yeah, they want justice. There's a realization that somebody's got to deliver the justice. Somebody's got to be honest, be truthful. Yeah, it keeps doing it. Tell me about this Five of Cups. Tell me about the sad horse. The sad horse that hasn't been sharing the emotions. Oh, it's a sad feeling. I can feel it. There's a little bit of maybe I missed my chance here too. I don't know. I waited too long, or just I haven't been honest about this. Tell me about the sad horse. Three of Cups. Did I mention it? It came out. I think I mentioned it last night. Yeah, wanting to express this. This has not been expressed. There is a strong desire. There is a realization that it would feel really good to share this. We've been holding back. We've been keeping it in for some reason. God, it would feel so good to express this. The Empress energy in whatever this incoming piece is, the Empress energy is up, and it's going, yeah, share the emotions. Yeah, be vulnerable. That's what feels good. That's where the true balance and stability is found. That's where the true strength is found, and the satisfaction. All of these things, it's just going, yeah. And there's also I didn't tell the Empress how I feel. I didn't share. I didn't express this. That doesn't feel so good. What's on top? Queen of Swords. It feels a little bit like lying to the Queen of Swords. Can I put it that way? Does that make sense? Do you want to lie to this person? Do you want to be dishonest to the Queen of Swords? There's a little bit of this feeling of trepidation of, oh my God, what are they gonna do if I do tell the truth, because I haven't been honest? But at the same time, not being honest brings up this aspect in the self of going, it's time to cut that out. It's time to tell the truth. It's red, in essence. It's reflecting off the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. It's like the sheen of this blade. The Ace of Swords is revealing the devil energy, which is, we haven't been honest about this, and that doesn't feel good. The only way to remedy that is to be honest in some way. What's red? Why's the Queen of Swords? Yeah, is to express this, is to let the emotions flow. So what if it feels like a tidal wave? So what if we show up as a page and we're a little nervous and shy and we don't know how to get all the words out? We just got to let them out. We just got to let them out, because holding them in it's not happy. It does not feel good. It is an energy that sees the value in this, holds a lot of emotion, holds a lot of attraction under the surface, held back. It's been held back for too long. It's starting to turn toxic. It's hurting them inside. It wants to come out. There's an understanding that it needs to come out, that's where the alleviation is. And that's just it. This is like the most cut and dry in terms of what the feeling is and what the motivation is. So tell me, Can you give me a little more about who? I don't know that I can get anything, but I'm going to ask, who is this King of Pentacles? Because this is actually... I keep feeling these different layers. I don't know if this is quite the same as what I pulled in last night, but it was clear last night it was more than one. So what can you tell me else? What else can you tell me about this King of Pentacles? Just get the Eight of Swords back. They've been thinking about this in their head. I mean, there's Six of Cups. Been thinking about this a long time. A long time. It's a deep feeling. It's death. Yeah, this transforming the Eight of Swords into action. And there's the Fool and the Star with the Two of Wands. Wanting to just go for it. Wanting to take a shot. Okay, what else? What's on top? The Hermit. It's a deep soul connection. This is as much detail as really I can get. It's a deep soulmate. Deep soulmate. And they are learning to follow the soul, understanding that this is something that they also manifested. To go towards that. Why is the Hermit here? Yeah, to go towards it, to follow the soul, coming in quickly, kind of under the surface. Okay. What else? Coming in quickly to communicate. Has been speaking this at the soul level. The soul has been expressing this in the 5D. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's just what it feels like. That's just what's coming out. That at some higher level, this soul, this energy has been speaking this for a while, has already expressed it. And that's a big part of what's driving the 3D person to really come forward with this, because the higher dimensional energy has already moved in a big way. It's already communicated. It's like it's already happened in the timeline, and now it's waiting to actually happen. But it's kind of like I don't want to say set, because that's not really how it works. We always have free will, and the universe is very adaptable. That's how it works. It never forces anybody down a path. But this feels, especially with that star, it feels very like fated. Yeah, the world is underneath. With the Three of Wands and Justice again underneath that. It's like the universe is screaming, go. This is your justice. This has been delivered for you. This is what you asked for, the manifestation. Here it is. It's delivered. Go pick it up. Go claim it. You know, it's at the post office. It's waiting for you. It's got your name on it. Go get it. They're holding it there. There's something... That too, if someone is holding on to energy, holding on to your energy, the universe encourages strongly that you do something with that. That you either move towards it or you let it go. You move towards it, or you move towards something, you let it motivate you and flow yourself in some capacity. If it's not towards the energy, it's an acknowledgement of that would be nice, I'm moving towards something like it. Or, you gotta let it go. The universe will not keep it in the holding bay forever. That ship will depart. And, and there's just this drive. It's the universe saying, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go forward with this. Okay, anything else? Can you tell me, are there multiple energies here? I don't know in what way I can decipher that necessarily, but this feels a lot more specific. Is there more than one thing attached to this? Because it's very interesting. Nope, that's it. 9 of Swords. What's underneath that? 4 of Pentacles. That's interesting. 10 of Pentacles. The Moon. There's the King of Wands. Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Somebody who is going crazy. I feel that there is more than one thing attached. Because this feels distinct, but then there is also this, I feel the King of Pentacles as separate from the King of Wands. There's an overlap in a lot of areas, but this is its own specific message right here. Somebody who's let fear hold them back because it would change everything in their lives to come towards this, to reveal this, to kind of step forward out of the shadows. It would mean being vulnerable. There's a great fear around that. Being vulnerable, making a big change. They've based so much of their identity and stability on what currently is surrounding them. And this would kind of undo all of that, but it's driving somebody batshit crazy not to. Just not to move towards the Queen of Pentacles. Again, this energy returning repeatedly. Yeah, with that Ace of Cups. And an ace, another Ace of Wands underneath. Which is what that 10 of Wands kept breaking to. Okay, what's on top? The Magician. There's more than one person manifesting this in some form or another. That's the feeling I get. Why do I get that feeling? 6 of Wands. Give me another one. High Priestess. There's a lot of there's something that's very high level. That it does feel a little bit like there was one person energy manifesting this, and it got kind of taken back by the universe because it was never acted upon. And so now that energy was released, found to be a compatible component to something else, a different energy. That energy started to manifest this coming together. And when that happened, this King of Wands energy felt it and went, oh my God, no, I want it back. And kind of tried to have a redo. And is trying to bring it back. But I don't know that that's how it works, y'all. And there's the 7 of Cups, which was the card that came out for me last night when I asked, is there more than one? And to me, this was multiples. This was multiple cups. This was, yeah, and I'm reading it here with the Magician. Multiple manifestations. Multiple things coming in out of nowhere. The 6 of Wands was prominent too. Coming from nowhere. Coming from the depths. Something you thought was dead and you just gave up on completely. Just suddenly showing up again. And showing up with a change of tune a little bit. God, this is just... Well, this is very interesting. Doing a study of this, essentially, and tracking the energy that comes in, tracking the cards that come out. I mean, specifically, there's not that many cards here. And I have specifically seen 1, 2, 3, like 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7, just of the cards that are on the table, essentially. About half the cards here are cards that came out last night. Pulling on this energy. I think there's a hell of a lot coming in. And it's interesting. I think included in that is some of the runner energy. Whether or not it actually ever gets here, I don't know, and I don't really care. It's fascinating. It's just funny. It's funny to me to see. I mean, this spread says it all. Thought they had everything. Thought they had it all together. Thought they had the 10 Pentacles. Held on to it. Realized this ain't it. And now we want out. Now it's a, can we start over? Because actually I would really like that. The thing that I pushed away is now the thing that I want. I mean, tough cookies, man. What else do I gotta say? It's just, I don't know. I'm going to pull 3 more cards. This is a fairly short reading. I'm going to pull 3 more cards, at least in terms of how my readings normally go. We'll just leave it that way. 3 more cards, message from the universe, whatever you want to say. What else do you want to tell me, Spirit? While we're here, while we're doing this, while we're talking. What else would you like to share? What else can you share? What would be beneficial to share? This is funny. I am more interested in the King of Pentacles energy. Okay, I got cards falling out. That's the energy I've felt on the periphery for some time. We have a whole spread here. 3 cards. Death, 8 of Swords, 10 Pentacles. And I'm dropping more. And crossing that is the 8 Wands. What's fueling that 8 Wands? Wanting something new. Wanting to start a new adventure here. It's time to fly. It's time for this chrysalis to evolve, to transform, to turn into a butterfly. It's time to come out of the holding pattern here and move forward. We have 8s and 8s too. Yeah, it's time to move on with something. To make a change, a significant change, to let go of whatever this previous concept of 10 Pentacles was, because there's a realization, one way or another, that's not it. In another level, there is incoming communication that might cause some overthinking, that might put one in their head, because we're not sure if we want this or not. That's under the Page of Wands. It was once something that we wanted, and it has potential if it opens up all the way. Yeah, if it comes in on our level. If it comes in on our level. If it comes in at Empress level. If it's not holding back. If it is truly vulnerable and expressive. Then there's some potential here. In some form. But whatever comes in, it needs to come correct. It feels like one energy is aware of that. Another energy, maybe not so much. I don't know. I don't know. This is very... It's very up in the air. It's kind of just in slow motion, in still life. It's on pause, waiting to fall, waiting for something to happen. Waiting for the action to be taken, but it needs to be taken. It's about to. It's kind of this butterfly waiting for the wings to dry. But as soon as they dry, that butterfly needs to eat. It needs to get some nourishment right then. There's no waiting around and hanging out on that branch and going, well, here I am, maybe I can just chill out a little longer. No. If that butterfly wants to survive, it needs to go get some food as soon as it possibly can. Something is coming. That's extremely vague, I realize. But this is a whole pile of stuff. There is communication. It feels like more than one. I have the Eight of Wands here twice, especially, but there is incoming communication. Perhaps the fact that it is potentially from more than one party is what creates this confusion. One of these offers will ultimately have to be rejected in some form or fashion, whatever it is. But either way, everything changes. Either way, whatever is said, whatever happens, it changes everything. For multiple parties is the way that this feels. It's significant. So that's all I got. I'm going to end this reading here. This was interesting to me. I feel like I have more questions, but I don't think that there are really more answers. It just plays out. Have to let it play out, see what happens. I'm excited for that. I mean, that is life. That is the beauty and majesty and mystery of life, is not knowing how things are going to play out, not knowing what every next moment is going to hold, and just being there, being present for it and with it and experiencing it as it happens. This is fascinating. It resonates with me. I do intend that it extends energetically to resonate with others on this frequency. I would love to know if so, and how. How does this connect to you? How does this feel to you? Is there something meaningful here for you? I'm very curious, genuinely. Or if not, that too. Either way, leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you feel so inclined. There's a lot changing right now, a lot of shifts happening beneath the surface, a lot of things being prepared to occur. I can say that. I understand that's vague, but the universe intentionally leaves it all open. That is how the eternal evolution occurs, because nothing is set in stone. But there's a lot in motion, and I, for one, am curious and excited to see how it all plays out. That is the reading. I hope it resonates for you. In any event, regardless of anything else, because nothing else really matters, have an absolutely fabulous, delicious, beautiful evening. You deserve it. You are worthy of it. You need nothing outside of yourself. All of the satisfaction and pleasure and joy is within you right now. So just tap into that. Bask in that. You're worthy. And know that always and in all ways, through every vector of time and space, I absolutely love you. So have a good night.